On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we have the
amazing Digital Circus toys.
Caine. Again, that was supposed to be my line. I am the reviewer here at Squirrel Stampede, where we are going today be talking about
the amazing Digital Circus Premiere and Encore figures from Moose Toys.
Thank you, but I kind of wanted to say that too. The Premiere and Encore collections of the amazing Digital Circus figures from Moose Toys.
The amazing Digital Circus plush character toys.
Oh, come on. I also wanted to talk about the plush. I was gonna say something about the plush. Why are you here? So it's our second round of amazing Digital Circus toys. Check them out.
I will show you everything that these figures can do and accomplish. Only on the amazing Digital Squirrel Stampede.
Please
Squash share.
This is the amazing Digital Circus Premiere and Encore collection from Moose. See, Caine, I gotta say it too once in a while. Premiere must have arrived first and featured 4 figurines out of the tent. Then the Encore collection came about with 7 figures to collect. Now I'm seeing Caine, Pomni, and Kinger also included over here, unless they're slightly different. Only in the Premiere collection do I see Gummigoo. So would that mean there's 8 figures in all in total right now? Or maybe 10. I see a number 10 Pomni. I at the moment have just found 6 boxes. The release of these odd so far near me. I had a Target with several displayers like this with those 6 figures, so I picked up one. But then just one Walmart near me had a ton of these Pomnis and Caines, number 1s and 2s. So the way they're releasing is rather Digital Circus-ly odd-like. Maybe near you you're gonna see a lot more or a lot less. Or a lot more and less. Huh? So we squeaked out Caine last time when we checked out the All-Star collection. So if you're interested in that smaller scale minifigures collection, check out our previous video on what we found. I'm still deciding which collection I like better. I think this one's going to be a little more affordable, but you're gonna run into a lot of repeats. We kind of know what we're exactly going to get with the Encore Premiere collection. And we opened this Caine before. There he is again. This is the number 1 figure, and they stand approximately, well, Caine stands approximately about, 4 inches out to the hat. A mostly static figure, but he does have that yappin' jaw feature too. Click and crack the hinge joint on those teeth. Pretty well sculpted. I'm so glad they didn't go with the Funko style of a super oversized head and similar body styles. Each figure in this collection is radically different, which makes them a lot of fun. And there should be if I haven't lost it. I wanted to keep it safe, so I think I left it right here. Really nice collectible cards in each case. They're foily, shiny, they have everyone's favorite ringleader on them, and a little bio of charisma, empathy, and ability to hold a train of thought at 2. Reverse side shiny 2024, so maybe this came out a lot earlier than I realized. I don't always hit the specialty stores for stuff like this. I wait until it arrives, say, at a Walmart or Target near me. So that was Caine, and now we can look for the number 2 figure. Who was 2, by the way? Who was 2? Kinger, my favorite, is 3. We'll get to him shortly. And 2, Pomni. That would make the most sense. And like I've said, I've seen several Pomnis over at our nearby Walmart. Number 2, an Encore collection. So I suppose I did not find a Premiere collection of Pomni with jittery eyes. This is the full-on Encore. A little bit confusing, but I believe it's the same thing. Let me know if you found something differently to clarify and we could figure it out too. And so, what do we have inside this great-looking show box? I'm very interested to see what her card looks like. Oh, we got it. There's the card, a Pomni card, a number 2. The new sucker, special attribute, highly strung, timidness 33, nervousness 33, and other words that mean the same 33. Great. I like the comedy with this. So Pomni's main feature, jittery eyes. Let's get her out. Roll, roll, roll a Pomni gently down the table. Alright, what do we got for this one? I like the eyes already. Look at her eyes. They're like way deep. Jittery and or scribbly, that is a really nice take. They went deep with the acrylic or the plastic, however they did that. Her eyes go deep and scribbly. Almost hard to show how deep they go, but they go deep almost into the back of her cranium. Well, not that far. So the Pomni figure here stands about maybe 3 1/4 or so. Caine's top hat really reaches for the sky. But there's no articulation to this figure. It's a static alone statue, and I think most of you would probably just leave her intact. I mean, really the main reason for opening these is to get that collectible card maybe. And or maybe just leave that collectible card inside, knowing that you have that collectible card nicely stored and saved, but never seen.
That's really weird.
Yeah, that is really weird, Pomni. That's a fun figure though, highly painted, highly sculpted, really well done. I can understand and see why they would want to produce more Caines and Pomnis.
What?
Pomnis. But the minifigures series, which we opened prior, is maybe a little more fun to play with. The minis can get you anywhere. There's going to be a more variety, larger cast, maybe even a second series at some point, so I'll be able to collect a lot of different figures. So I think I'm going to go with these more as my faves. But these are certainly nice for the advanced collector, or if you have a favorite character that you just want to collect lots of. And so my character so far in collecting I like on the show quite a bit is back there, Kinger number 3. There's just so much crazy zaniness in this show, or should I say, a psychological dark comedy about cute cartoon characters who hate their lives and want to leave. Well, that's kind of sad, actually. But I like Kinger Guy. To me, he represents the weirdest. And I always like the weirdest, and this is with furry robe. It'll be interesting to see, will he be soft and fluffy? This was Premiere. This was in the Premiere collection. So by taking a knife and ripping him out of this box, I may have just destroyed something very Premiere-y. But what's the fun without taking things out of the box? I say, what's the fun? Let's get him out. Our Kinger card, what does it say? I'm anxious. Number 3 Kinger, King of the Pillow Fort, longest reigning cast member. Paranoia 92, sporadic anxiety 76, and love of insects 53. So these numbers don't add up to 100. With Pomni, it's like, well, she's 33, which would add up pretty much to 99, and then, well, Caine here had, what, a 50 charisma, 0 empathy, and ability to hold a train of thought, too. I already forgot. I like those cards. Did I say that? Alright, I bet Kinger's going to be the tallest out of all of them. I will really try to keep these boxes in, there he goes, in good shape. That's where I'll display this collection. They need to be in their boxes. At first I thought he had a fungus. I thought maybe that was fungus growing on him, but it is a kind of a poor man's flocking soft fuzziness on it. I've seen better things done with Panther dude from Masters of the Universe, Panther. Yeah, Panther is Masters of the Universe. Panthro is Thundercats, but makes it even more confusing because this is Masters of the Universe X Thundercats Panthro.
What?
Oh boy. Is anyone as confused as I right now? So here's Kinger. Actually, let's do a size test. I think he might just be right up to par with Caine. Yeah, they're about the same height. I don't know why it really matters. Maybe I'm just filling up time. That's 4 inches. When you're stuck in the Digital Circus, you never get to leave. It's a pretty good sculpt on him, though. I always like Kinger's floating hands. They're kind of attached to his cloak there, because I don't think you could have floating hands actually represented in a toy without breaking laws of thermodynamics or something. They might have broken the laws of eyeball dynamics here with the way these are protruding from his king chest piece whip cape. So they got that going with. I think maybe the only downside, even though the fuzziness is fun, his cape is more white than it is purple. It comes out a little bit too light. So if we bump in his counterpart, you can see the much deeper, darker royal purple on the back there of his minifigure-ness. They're both looking extremely fun and silliness to play with, don't they? I think I just like this guy. He's just fun. He's fun to take with you anywhere. And write Mrs. Olsen comic strips with, if anyone noticed from last time. Maybe, just maybe, since now we have both two front and center, we could take a look at the plush, too. Oh, I thought he was going to stand. He's going to stand. A Kinger plush, looking good, just as silly as the figurines. I think this is probably in the, what would you call this? The 4-inch, 6-inch collection of plush. But this plush series done well with a nice fuzzy robe there. Hands again stitched on so they're not floating, breaking laws of thermodynamics, and just a good looking plush. So I'm happy the way this one turned out. It's a good find. If you see a Kinger on shelf and you're a fan of the character like I am, pick one up. Pick one up. So Kinger was 3, and Pomni was 2, Caine 1. We're looking for 4. Gummigoo. who actually might be my second favorite, although not on the main cast of the show, a secondary character, but a really interesting secondary character. And I do so like delicious gummies, and this has with Luminous Skin. They've created a figure with luminous skin. You can kind of see it there. Maybe not as luminous as I'd like, but we'll see. Yeah, this was, oh, can't hold it. This figure was part of that first 4 of the premiere collection, and then they took some of these guys, ran them over to the Encore, and then added a couple more. I imagine though, if you're some crazed collector, you would be wanting to find that premiere logo on pack to make it worthy of fun specialness of nothingness. I don't think people totally really care about that sort of stuff anymore. I mean, Funko did it to death with Pop. I never got into Pop too much. And nowadays, people just need to afford just to eat, right? Alright, who we got? Gummigoo. I guess we could eat Gummigoo if needed to. We got another really nice shiny card. Little heavy card stock. The NPC with the most. Leader of the bandit gummy crocodile things. Was it episode 2 or 3 where we see a really good character development of this character? I think that was my favorite one, 2 or 3. Existential crisis, can't say that word. 81, yeah, that's where he has it. Times seen with no hat, 0. Adventure loving, 25. So I really like this guy, and again, I think it's just cool having a gummy character. So let's get out. Need to make time to rewatch everything on this show. Who has time these days? Who has time? Gummigoo! So this figure continue on to the interesting sculpted well part of this show. Everything's different, widely different, so they had to just do their own thing for each one. It's not like they just picked the same body and put a head on it like I see Funko do. Has kind of a deep green and goes up to a yellow head with a hat. I almost want to say there's a little transparency, but I think that's just the reflectiveness of the plastic. The gumminess of the plastic makes it feel almost transparent and squishy, but not squishy. Get that? It looks squishy, but it's not squishy. Mainly looking just delicious. Absolutely yummy. Except for the hat. I don't think I'd eat a hat on a gummy character. Gummigoo's pretty tall too. They're all about 4 inches. Shall I waste time a little bit again? They're all about, this is about 3.5, 3 3/4. Getting out the measuring device. So number 4, Gummigoo. So now there is a little bit of a hole in my collection. Let's see if we could figure this out. They're numbered on the Encore collection box. Okay, this will get a little confusing, but Caine was 1, Pomni was 2 with the eyes, 3 was Kinger, 4 was Gummigoo, and oh good, they just skipped number 4 on this pack, so 5 is also skipped. Who's 5? Who's 5? We don't have a number 5? Is that like something really extra special sold somewhere else or something, like a con exclusive? And wait, who's number 6? We do not have a number 6, so I'm missing a 5 and a 6. Let me know in the comments who those are, please. So that jumps to number 7, or should I say hops to number 7, which I do not have. I was not able to find a number 7 yet, Jax. And I have not also found a number 8, Ragatha. Those 2 were not on shelf. And after a few weeks of looking around, I have not found anything. So those 2 are mystery to me. But that brings us to number 9, finally, Gangle. And number 10, another Pomni. So we have found those. I'm just glad I have 6 of these to completely fill a shelf box displayer. I think that's a perfect collection, and I could be happy right there. I do not believe I want the full collection of this. I just want more minifigures. I think that's more my style. But these have been fun too. Almost like a very expensive Happy Meal gimmick with these. Oh, we can only see these in a Happy Meal. I think if that happened though, the universe would certainly glitch. By the way, where's my hamster Glitch? She needs to be on the show soon. Okay. Check out a card. I'm gonna have these everywhere. They're not going to line up with the appropriate figure. Oh no. Got a Gangle card, number 9. The Tangled Fragile one with a terrible habit of getting broken. Yeah, that happens. Fragility 104. Comedy mask 5% of the time, and tragedy mask 95% of the time. Kind of makes it a sad character to watch. But another fun card to hopefully not spill my Mountain Dew on. Where'd she go? Oh, there, way back here. Try to keep these box toppers. Oh, lots of stuff. How am I gonna repack that? Oh dear. Gangle, everyone. Oh, she's broken. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got here? Let's try tier list to start. There's such a diverse range of characters and things on this show. It's so great to see them all just bounce off of one another in contrast. I always think this body is licorice for some reason. Red vines all toiled up, but it's probably just ribbon, right? That's a very haunting and sad figure. I feel bad for her. I feel bad. How do we get these on? I worry that I may have got them backwards. There's one. They might just hug on over to the tier. Oh yeah, they do. They do actually hug on to the little tears on her head. So there we go. It's like the saddest thing I've ever seen on the channel. So that's a number 9 Gangle, and we had found her as well with the broken mask. The broken comedy mask in the minifigure collection. I'm sure there is a plush in both jumbo like I saw, and then probably a regular jumbo scale, but I have not found all the regular scale plush yet. Fun one to find, probably hard one to find because you just don't see these very much. Which brings us to the last one, number 10, Return of Pomni. Number 10, Pomni here in the Spudsies uniform. Oh, what a dark episode. Who has not had to live or have currently and continuing to live in weird, horrible, non-stop, life-sucking jobs of such. Pomni with a bag of fries, and they're actually the Spudsies are actually moving around in there, and it even says with a see-through bag of fries. So there you go. There you go. I wonder what Jax and Ragatha did, and I wonder what happened to 5 and 6. Okay, let's see here. Our final card says, number 10, Pomni, your friendly Spudsy server. Would you like highly strung fries with that? See if her stats have improved. Hours 9 to 5. Employee of the week 0. Performance grade B+. Bah, probably their most haunting episode. Poor Gangle back there still crying about it. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got? She doesn't wanna come out. She wants to stay there. Work there forever at Spudsies. Ooh, this one might be tough to stand. So Pomni, the first figure that gets a second go around. I can only imagine after the Encore and Premiere series, there'll be more series of more specially dressed characters. Pretty good though. I really like the bag of Spudsies. That's cute. That's interesting. That's also ASMR of those fries moving around. I always like when they do interesting, fun things like that, sort of like all the new modern Mr. Beast swarms, also from Moose, which I need to get back into. There's now like Lava and Ice Walmart exclusives. Oh, and Return of Lava Llama. Oh yeah, with the stuff inside the llama. Oh, I can't wait to get to this one. I love how Walmart always goes, what should our exclusive be? How about fire versus ice? I gotta hit back to those soon, so they always do fun things there. So Pomni here, in her Spudsies uniform. Might be a perfect fit for you if you're if you are also stuck in a Spudsies, mixed Spudsies uniform. There she is standing next to her regular character piece and her minifigure piece. And we've also found a plush. Where's the plush? There's the plush Pomni, and out of all the plushes, probably the least donely well, maybe? I don't know, her face didn't translate well. She looks a little extra razzled, or should I say strung, but maybe they did that on purpose because of the character, right? Right? The plush have turned out pretty well. They've turned out pretty well, and they're a pretty good price point. Usually plush can get you a little bit more for a little bit less. I think it was running $9.99, so not horrible, and you get a large plushie. To collect. I'll probably keep my tags on him. The other plush that I found, besides that Kinger that we looked at, did we find finally a Ragatha? Okay, we found a Ragatha in plush, and this would be the first Ragatha I've ever found anywhere, as I was not able to locate her in the minifigure collection. That's one of the few I'm still looking for. I'm looking for Ragatha, I believe, and a Gloinks collection there. So if you ever want to trade like a Jax for a Ragatha or something, let me know. I think I have an extra Jax, an extra Pomni, and yeah, I can't remember who was the other double. This is a well done plush, though. They even braided her hair there, a little woolly on the back there. Each little strand is there. I'm thinking Wendy's hamburgers right now all of a sudden. So yeah, nice little dress piece on here. Pretty good looking plush. I think this one turned out a lot better than Pomni's did. And then the last plush that we found, my unfavorite Jax. Jax, obviously a critical character in the show. I've seen too many rabbit characters in my lifetime, so I just kind of like go, ugh. They've got the side eye nailed. I like that a lot on that. And I like the yellow. I do like that too. I think that works really well and odd and gross. It feels a little small though compared to these. Usually Jax stands a little bigger. See, look at that. Jax is really dwarfed by Pomni here. I don't know if it's the ears that they had to give extra height to or something and then shrunk his body to match. Pretty good though, pretty good. It'll be fun to see if I can fill up the main collection of those. But as of now, I have just found these 4 and they are quite fun. And well, if you can secure a shelf box, look for one of these. These are a great displayer for figures outside of the box, or if you leave them in the box too, of course, obviously leave them in the box, but this also works as a really nice show stage, play stage, circus tent, circus stage for your characters. So keep an eye out for those shelf boxes. Don't throw them out. So happy hunting for Digital Circus toys. If you like today's video, please give us a squawk, squirrel eye, but squament your favorite, most interesting Digital Circus character. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a few videos that YouTube recommends. Give those a spin. Thanks again. That's what I have to say about that.